Welcome to my 16th Duel Masters podcast. There I'm going to talk about how to read a Japanese card. Because if you don't already can read Japanese, you definitely have no idea what sounds in this card. But if I don't tell you how to learn to read it, I can show you how to do it. In Japan, they have 3 different ways to read or write. In 3 different symbols. You have Hiragana, Katakana and Kanji. Hiragana and Katakana is real easy. As like I have a sa here. It's real easy. And I have a ya, and that's also easy, real easy. But in kanji, it's different because in kanji, it's Middle Chinese symbols. And now I gotta show you one of them. And this is a real easy character on kanji. This is the kanji for beautiful. Now that is a whole word. It's a word for beautiful, and that is real easy. We have 2 other. This is put in by 2 other kanjis. Now I gotta show you them. This is for strong or big, and these are for cheap. And those 2 together be beautiful. How do you get control over it? So hard language. Here is the first 10 from Hiragana and Katakana, and here's what they are on Romanji, which is the poems from A to Z. And in Japanese, it's so easy that you don't have to care about that the poems aren't like that you say, as like in eat, you just like use the E sound and a T, but that you don't care about in Japanese. It is like these. Let's see, Hiragana is A, I, U, E, O, and on Katakana exactly the same, A, I, U, E, O. So that is no problem. And if you use a word as the first word in Japanese, for the first, it's one word I know, and that's ai, which means I. That means love. Okay. The difference against Hiragana and Katakana, they're used in different ways. As like Hiragana is used in Japanese word, with Katakana it's used in a word who looks like a Japanese word. It is like a word on English who aren't Japanese. For example, orange, which is orange, or biru, which means beer. So, and it's also used in name, if you care about that. And the next one is kakikukeko. Kakikukeko. If you see, this is kakikukeko. And then you get 2, and all of them is similar to those. A, I, U, E, O. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. And that's the system they use. And it's a lot of other than that I gotta show you now. Here we have all the symbols, as you see. Here we have Hiragana and here we have Katakana. And you take it from the wall sounds, like A, I, U, E, O. Exactly the same in Katakana, A, I, U, E, O. But you also have some other symbols under like kaki kukeko, sashi suseso, tachi tsuteto, etc. You know, and all that sounds goes to like we use words. So if I get a read as like sushi, I use like su and she. That'd be like sushi, I think. Yeah, that way it's used. Here we have the top here. Need my pencil again. Here you can see the first hair on the top. Here it sounds a spell, and this is 1 and 2 kanji for spell. So that is that's what exactly what spell is. When I was searching on it, it was like magic spell, but I think spell is the right way to spell it. And under here we have one symbol for fortress. Well, when I searching on what that's for, it sounds like shield castle or something. So that's it's for fortress or something. And evolution creature is like this 2 kanji for, and that stays for shinka. Shinka stays for evolution, and that sounds for that. And the rest of this is creature, kuruicha. And those 2 lines there is for stay. You just waiting for the next sound, like kuruicha. That's so okay. It's too easy. And now I'm gonna show you a thing that are easy to watch. If you see the text box on this card, if it's consuming air, you see a W, and that stays for its double breaker. Okay, I gotta show you now. Like W breaker. You see, here is like you spell it in Japanese. It's also over the card, if you can see. Zooming there. You see the symbols over. Fine. And if it's a triple breaker, it's a T with the symbols, like T breaker, a triple breaker, or whatever it's called. It. If it had been quarter breaker, it would have been a Q. Whatever. And that is the easiest way to see what it's for or something. Now you may wondering about where you can learn to speak Japanese. Well, I used to use YouTube. Now I'm gonna show you some people you can use to learn you Japanese.
皆さんこんにちは。東福の小市でございます。I've been working on this for a long time, and I think it's going to be really useful for anyone who's learning Japanese. What of course this video is a top 10 free online resources for learning Japanese. Hello, I'm Richard from GenkiJapan.net, and I've had quite a lot of people asking me what's the best way to learn the kanji. So these are the Chinese characters that we use to write a lot of Japanese words.
Hey friends, my name's Emily, and I speak fluent Japanese. Therefore, now I'm going to provide you with a pretty intense Japanese learning experience. I hope you enjoy it.
Kampai, you bitch. It's time once again for Nama Sensei's fucking Japanese lessons. Yoroshiku, you bitch. We have Sa this fucking week. We have sa, she, su, say, fucking so. These are the fucking characters that you're gonna learn.
Maybe it could come in handy for this thing. And if you don't like to learn new Japanese and still will learn to like to play with Japanese cards, you just watching my 15 Duel Masters podcast, and then yeah. So if it's something you wondering about in Japanese, don't asking me, because I'm just starting with it. So yeah, and it's take little bit more than a year to learn Japanese. If you do training about Japanese in half hour once day, okay. So if you want to see more Duel Masters podcast, yeah, go on.